Can Prime Minister Andrew Holness clean up Riverton and still secure the future of its people? For over 60 years, the sprawling Riverton City dump has been more than just Kingston's wayside. It has been the lifeline for hundreds of families. Generations have survived by sorting, salvaging and selling what others throw away. It's dangerous, it's unhealthy, it's dirty, but for many, it's all they've known. Now, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has signalled that the days of the infamous Riverton dump are numbered. His plan? Shut it down in the name of environmental progress, cleaner air and public health. The vision sounds noble: no more smoke-choked skies, no more toxic fires, no more mountains of rotting waste. But in Riverton, a pressing question hangs heavy in the air. What happens to the people who live off the dump? On Sunday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness reaffirmed a plan first announced in 2022, the closure of the Riverton City dump. In its place, the government will build a modern sanitary landfill and a waste-to-energy plant, a project Holness says will fuel environmental progress and economic growth in St Andrews South. We have already identified where that will be, and we have done the work on that, and we will decommission Riverton City as a dump as it is, Holness said. We will work with the communities that are in and around Riverton City, and eventually Riverton City will become the next frontier for economic development in Kingston.
We have undertaken a comprehensive review of our public sanitation, garbage collection and waste disposal system. And I know that this has been a perennial problem for Jamaicans. We now have a plan which will see greater private sector participation in waste collection, the introduction of waste-to-energy conversion, the commissioning of new and properly built disposal sites, and the decommissioning of various dumps, including the Riverton City dump. By September, I will be having discussions with the Member of Parliament for Western St Andrew to fully brief him on the plans and to secure his support for the plans, because just to be clear, this is something that the political class will have to work together on. It is not a simple matter of saying we are closing down Riverton City. People depend on it for their economic survival. People live around it.
Holness faces a delicate balancing act, a classic clash between development and livelihoods. Shut the dump abruptly and you risk cutting off hundreds of residents from the only source of income they've ever known. Delay closure too long and Jamaica continues to pay the price in pollution, health crises and international embarrassment. Health risks. Between 1996 and 2015, the dump recorded 415 fires. In 2014 alone, toxic emissions exceeded World Health Organization limits, according to Dr. Alveston Bailey, clinical toxicologist and UTech associate professor. International attention and embarrassment. In 2016, the World Bank was to conduct a study at the Riverton dump to determine whether it makes sense to seek to produce electricity from the garbage there. Riverton dump was said to be ideal for waste-to-energy investment in Jamaica. The Riverton dump produces a constant, overpowering stench. It is difficult to understand how anyone survives living so close to such toxicity. Fires at the dump remain a mystery. Some blame spontaneous combustion from heat and volatile chemicals, but many know tyres and plastics are deliberately burned to extract metal for the scrap trade. Burning tyres release litres of petroleum and oil, producing toxic gases and particulates. These pollutants enter our lungs, seep into soil and water, and contaminate the food we eat. Some remain in body fat, others are passed through breast milk. Many causes cancer, and some lead to birth defects. Harmful substances include chlorine, styrene, benzene, arsenic, lead, cadmium, mercury, and more than 20 heavy metals like chromium, zinc, and copper. Dioxin, one of the most toxic pollutants known, travels long distance, never breaks down, and accumulates in the body. These toxins trigger allergies, eye irritation, respiratory illnesses such as asthma and sinusitis, and are especially dangerous to children and the elderly. Here's how he could reconcile the two. 1. Phased closure, instead of sudden shutdown. 2. Formal waste management jobs. 3. Retraining and employment diversification. 4. Community-led recycling cooperatives. 5. Social support during transition. The truth is, the Riverton dump has long been more than an eyesore. It is a national shame, a chronic environmental hazard, and a source of dangerous pollution for surrounding communities.
Killing and robbery and take things over because them eat I them survive them not go road but look on this world. So when you close it down for what them about do? That'll be a problem.
You mentioned earlier that you can't tell a youth go do a day's work.
You can't tell no youth right now call one of them youth have to carry him go out the road. So you give him a day's work. You might look on him want to buy him 10,000 a day or 15,000, you know. Because when you go a dump, you know, you might make him 20,000 per day, 30,000 per day, you know. Between pick up iron, pick up loom, find one little piece of gold, whereas I'll find one $5,000 CMA. You understand me? So that'll be a problem, God knows.
They don't benefit you as well?
Well, me tell you the truth, you know, he's a trade man still, you know, but from the day here, yes, I see people them eat after. Who can buy one little car, buy one little truck, and them hustle them for money I don't. You understand me?
So people buy a truck from the
yeah,
garbage.
man, people buy car.
Jamaica cannot let the livelihoods of a few, however genuine their struggles, outweigh the health and progress of the entire nation. Yet, this is not a call to cast them aside. Closing Riverton must be done with compassion and care, ensuring that those who have depended on it for survival are given real opportunities to transition into safer, more sustainable livelihoods. Holness has an opportunity to show that environmental progress doesn't have to mean social displacement. The Riverton closure could become a flagship example of inclusive development, where the community that bore the brunt of the country's waste crisis becomes the first to benefit from its solution. But here's the political reality. If the Prime Minister wants buy-in, his message must be clear. We're not just shutting down Riverton, we're building something better for you. Anything less, and the move risks being seen as another case of progress for the few at the expense of the many.
Clear, this is something that the political class will have to work together on. It is not a simple matter of saying we are closing down Riverton City. People depend on it for their economic survival. People live around it.
Read more at JamaicaLiveNews.com.
Jamaica Live, your trusted news source, both locally and internationally. Please like, share, comment, and contribute to the conversation. Support independent media. Your donations are not just appreciated, they are essential to keeping Jamaica Live alive and thriving. Join us in making a difference. Donate today. Scan the QR code on our website or donate via PayPal to JamaicaLiveTVNews@gmail.com.